Hi guys, and welcome to Escape with Watch Reviews. My name is Steve, and today we're going to be reviewing a new brand, Englemaan, and this is their model, the Citadel. So I purchased this watch when I first saw it for $220 US. I'll talk about the pricing here in just a second. If by the end of this review you want to pick one of these up, I'll be leaving a link down in the video description. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that. It just takes you to the Englemaan website where you can purchase the watch. So the retail price of this watch starts at $180 US and can be spec'd out to about $250 US. You can also get $10 off if you sign up for their newsletter, so do that. But yeah, you can get this $180 with eco packaging and a nylon strap, or $250 with the bracelet and the the big packaging, and then in between there as well. So yeah, go check out the site. I pay no additional tariffs in the US, so that was a nice surprise too. But yeah, go check them out. So you can customize this watch with different lume colors, different secondhand colors, with or without the bracelet, as well as eco packaging to save yourself some money. So go check out the watch in the link below, spec it out, and see how much it's going to cost you. So the spec list on this watch is very, very long. We're going to touch on all of the specifications of this watch, but the main ones are a hardened 316L stainless steel case, sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. It is anti-magnetic, scratch resistant, has a screw down crown, screw down case back, 200 meters of claimed water resistance, has very good luminous effect on the dial and the hands, and the watch is powered by the PT5000 automatic movement. So these guys, they came out of absolutely nowhere a few weeks ago and released pretty much a full lineup of Sinn homages. They all look really, really good, and they're promising specifications, almost too good to be true for the price here. And I'm here to tell you about all of those specifications, to let you know if this is just another hype brand or if it's the real deal. So I say we get right into this full review. But before we do a quick wrist check today. I'm wearing another new watch. This is the SH Carbon SH08 model. Review for this one will be coming up very soon, but pretty cool watch. All right, so let's get into dimensions. Case diameter is 40.4 millimeters. Case thickness of 11.3 millimeters. A standard 20 millimeter lug width. Lug tip to lug tip of 47.8 millimeters. And sized up for my 7.5 inch wrist. It weighs 161 grams. So the size on this watch is great. It's maybe just a touch too big. I wish it was a millimeter smaller, but I can't complain too much. It wears really good. It's got nice turn down to the lugs there. The heft of this watch feels like a very premium and substantial watch, something you don't expect from, kind of a field watch. It feels like a very solid piece on the wrist, and it's been very comfortable for me as well. So I'm going to go outside right now and throw it on my wrist for you. And here we are on my 7.5 inch wrist, and as you can see, I think it wears pretty good. A little bit big for my personal preferences, but I mean, it has some wrist presence, big dial. The crystal is excellent on it. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Nice turn down to the lugs there. As you can see, it hugs my wrist beautifully and wears nice and slim on the wrist. It feels dense and heavy, but also balanced all at the same time. I do like it on this bracelet, but I think it's going to be a strap monster, so let's go throw it on some straps. And here we are on a cut to size FKM. It's got a little bit of texture to it, just black, and obviously this one is going to look great. But yeah, more color is always a good thing, so let's get to it. And here we are on a hemsuit leather strap. This is dark brown leather, vintage leather, very thin, but kind of still feels good on this watch. Looks good too. And here we are on a single pass nylon strap, so one layer underneath the watch there. You can still see that it sits pretty low to the wrist, and I think it looks good. I mean, army green, anything you throw on this is going to look good. It's just the nature of having a monochromatic dial. Looks awesome. And lastly, here we are on a double pass nylon. This is from CNS watch bands, just like the last one. So 2 layers underneath the watch there, and this one is still sitting very nice on wrist. And yeah, you just throw any color at this thing and it's going to look awesome. This is the mustard yellow. All right, let's go back inside and let's get back to this review. All right, so let's talk about the case on this watch. So like I mentioned earlier, this is 316L stainless steel, and then it has a coating which bumps up the hardness to about 1,000 hardness Vickers or HV, and I mean, it's equivalent to about 7 on the Mohs scale. So it is very scratch resistant, and I'm going to test it for you right here. So So bringing in the spare links from the bracelet here, we're going to scratch this on the bottom side here just in case. And then I have just a normal 316L stainless steel bracelet link. I'm not really sure what this is from. I'm guessing it's from like a Pagani design or something like that. So, but I'm going to just show you guys. Got a normal tool here, and I'm just going to scratch the surface here. So you can see there, scratched it up pretty bad. Doesn't rub off at all, right? All right, and then we're going to bring in the Englemaan here. So just so you guys can see it here, I'm going to scratch it up. So you can see it kind of leaves something there, but I'm pretty sure that's just the screwdriver material. So you wipe it away, and it is pretty much gone. I can barely see it. And I was scratching pretty hard on that one, harder than I was on this other one over here. So it's definitely not perfect, but yeah, it's much, much better than the normal stainless steel. So there you can see after I've wiped it away, just to show you guys, those scratches don't go away. These ones pretty much vanish. So yeah, definitely it is hardened. So that's nice to see. The case itself though, show you guys, give you a tour of it here. It's all brushed. You can see the bezel is fully brushed as well. Circular brushing on the tops of the lugs, and it's very nice brushing. Horizontal brushing on the case sides here. We have drilled lugs for easier strap changes. We've got nice big crown guards here as well, fully brushed on this side. The case finishing on this watch is actually very impressive. There's no sharp edges on it either, which is nice to see. Even, you know, these corners that can usually get a little bit sharp on some watches, not sharp at all. We got a nice big unsigned crown, which is a little bit of a disappointment there, but yeah, it's a very big and easy to grip crown, as you can see there, tucks into those crown guards nicely. Yeah, it's a very nice case. They did a good job on it, and the fact that it's hardened is even better. Flipping it over to the case back here, we've got a nice screw down case back here. No sharp edges on this at all. Simple notches to get in there as well. We've got a spec sheet around the outside, so 1,000 hardness Vickers. We got 200 meters of water resistant, automatic, anti-magnetic, and then the Englemaan branding on the inside there. Again, very nicely done, and I'm going to point out quickly the quick release spring bar. So yeah, the case on this watch is excellent. It feels very substantial, and it's finished to a very nice standard. The only thing that I think they're missing on this is like an anti-fingerprint coating. This one does pick up some fingerprints more than some other watches do, so just something that I noticed in day-to-day use. But other than that, though, it's hard to beat this case finishing for this price. They did a really, really good job on it. All right, so let's talk about the crystal on the watch. We'll first test it for sapphire. It is +4 sapphire. And it's a very nice crystal. It's just a flat piece of sapphire, but very, very nice anti-reflective coating on the underside, and there's plenty of it. So this is a crystal that I put it up there with the likes of Baltony. Here you can see it against my my Damasko, which has inner and outer AR coating, and you can see that I can see the dial clearer on the Englemaan than I can on the Damasko. So yeah, the AR coating on this watch is excellent. I will say it's not the best one I've seen, but yeah, it is really, really good. And the fact that it's just flat, it kind of disappears in certain lighting. So I am very, very happy with the AR coating on this watch. All right, so let's talk about the dial on the watch. So the dial is very minimalistic. It looks absolutely fantastic. It is fully printed as well. There's no applied aspects to it at all. So you can see the made by Englemaan down here at the 6 o'clock. I like the fact that they have a pretty subdued branding there. The fact that it's there and it's very subtle, kind of out of the way. I like it a lot. So the branding on this watch, I think, is done very nicely. The proportions on everything, again, very nicely done. The seconds hand reaches right out to the minute track. The minute hand reaches right to the inner edge of that minute track. And then the hour hand, it seems nice as well. All black around the pinion, all loomed very nicely. So they say the lume on this watch is a custom developed hyperglow mix. We'll get to the lume here in a second. But during the daytime, the hand color and the dial color match. I would say it's like 95%. They're pretty darn close, maybe a little bit of a tinge, like a yellow tinge to the hands, but It's really not that bad at all. But the dial itself, just done very, very nicely. You can see it's just a matte black dial, but I like the paint that they chose on it. I think it looks good. We have a color matched date window here, and that date wheel is loomed as well. So a little bit of a party trick in my opinion, but it's nice that it's there. Yeah, but very, very cool. I think the only thing I would change on this, and something that someone else pointed out, was the pinion. I wish they could have blacked that out. So that's the only thing that I wish they would change. Other than that, though, they did a very nice job with the dial, and they did an excellent job with the lume. So we will get to the lume shot right here. You can see it against a couple other very similar watches in my collection. This thing absolutely destroys the Damasko, and the Damasko is the watch that I use when I'm camping. I can easily read it in the middle of the night. So that just goes to show you how bright this watch lume is. It is excellent lume, nice even application as well. It walks away from the Millifortic, and that watch had excellent lume. So yeah, the lume on this watch, for being I mean, the lume in general is excellent, but especially for being a printed only dial, it is very, very impressive. I'm going to rate this like a 9.5 out of 10 for the lume. It is really, really good. All right, so let's talk about the movement. So the movement inside is the PT5000. So it is an ETA 2824 clone, so 28,800 beats per hour, roughly 40 hours of power reserve. It hacks, hand winds, bidirectional winding rotor. They're excellent. They've been also very reliable for me. I've never had an issue with them. I try not to hand wind them because that's a known fail point, I guess. But even me hand winding these things, I've never had an issue with them. So for me, it's a non-issue. You can see the accuracy of this one. Very nice. Got no issues with that either. These movements are great, and if you don't like them, and let's say this movement breaks in 5 years, you can swap in a Sellita SW200. You can swap in the ETA. You can swap in a number of ETA clones, and they're just gonna go right over, and it'll be no problem. So yeah, really happy with the movement. Keeps the dial pretty close to the crystal as well. So the rehout on this one is actually looking pretty good in my opinion. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to complain about. The crown action on this watch, screw down crown, really smooth screw in and screw out action. You get a nice satisfying pop out, really heavy winding feel, which is typical with the PT5000. Pull it out to the first position. This will change your date. So it's got a quick set date, which is nice. Pull it out to the next position, hacks the movement every single time. You can see the alignment on the hands, very nice. I did notice the date turnover happens about 20 minutes too early. That's the only real issue I saw, but not a big deal for me. The crown feels nice and substantial. Yeah, screw in, screw out action is excellent. It is one of those crowns where you're winding the movement while you screw it in, so just something to note. No issues for me though. Yeah, it's a really good crown system and a really good movement. So especially for this price point, no issues. All right, so let's talk about the bracelet. So, when you get a really nice watch head, sometimes you skimp on the bracelet, and that will bring the price down to something more affordable. But I'm happy to say the bracelet on this watch is just as nice as the watch head is. So we have a solid link bracelet. It's an H-link style bracelet. We have solid end links. We have quick release spring bars with drilled lugs, which is nice. We have a bracelet that tapers from 20 millimeters down to 18 millimeters at the clasp. Here you can see the tolerances. They're a little bit loose, but not too bad. It actually helps in making this very comfortable. The fluidity is excellent. I don't have any links that hang up. I don't have any links that pull hair. You can see the bottom of the bracelet has been rounded nicely as well. This bottom edge here has been rounded off nicely. This feels pretty close to a luxury bracelet. It doesn't have that kind of silky feeling to it that a luxury bracelet does, but it's still a very nice and very comfortable bracelet. I think it looks fantastic. The finishing looks great as well. As you can see here, we have screw pins for sizing, and they're special screw pins, so they have kind of like a sleeve around the outside where they don't rotate in the links, as you can see here, so they should not work themselves out. Yeah, I mean, it's just a really nice system. I had no issues sizing it. And then working our way to the clasp here, we have an on-the-fly adjustable clasp. Englemaan branded there, brushing on the top, brushing on the side, and we see our only polished aspect on this entire watch. So I'm not really sure why this is polished. I wish they would just have brushed that, but yeah, it's fine. It's non-issue. This is clasp that we've seen on plenty of other watches. You know, Watch Dice has one. San Martin has one. It's the same exact clasp. So it's a little bit long, a little bit thick, but it works really well. You can see here, you can ratchet it in. It's got about 6 or 7 millimeters of adjustment. So I'm able to get a perfect fit on this thing. It works perfectly every single time. I put it on wrist a little bit long, and then I can tighten it down to the perfect size. So yeah, it works great. Double button pushers, they function exactly how you would expect them to. The clasp balances out the heavy watch head, so it is a little bit of a big clasp, but it works in this case. So yeah, I mean, the bracelet on this watch is excellent. You know, the fact that they threw in the quick release spring bars is just a bonus. It is hardened, as we saw earlier. Oh, it's going to look good for a very long time. And I mean, I think the design flows nicely with the watch head. The finishing is really good. I think they could maybe tighten up the tolerances just a little bit, and it would be a very, very, very nice bracelet. But as it is totally usable. I think it looks great. I think it feels great. It's comfortable, and there's not much I can complain about, really. I'm just nitpicking at this point. So there you go, guys. That is the Englemaan Citadel. I'm just going to run down the specifications for you real quick. What you get for your $230. So you're getting a 316L stainless steel case, which is hardened to 1000 Vickers. You're getting anti-magnetic properties up to 1000 Gauss. You are getting a sapphire crystal with really good anti-reflective coating, a high beat Ediclone movement. You're getting quick release spring bars, on the fly adjustable clasp, screw in crown, screw in case back, 200 meters of water resistance, excellent lume. I mean, this watch is just packed with features, and the price that they're offering these for is just, in my opinion, kind of incredible. And you should go out and get this watch because, yeah, it is a really good, really, really good tool watch. I mean, it does everything you're going to need it to do for $200. I don't think you're going to find a watch that has all these other features for under $1,000. Yeah, I mean, and the fact that the watch itself is just executed very nicely. It just kind of surprised me coming from basically out of nowhere. I mean, these guys, they know what they're doing, and they're giving us all the specs that they think we want and we need, and they're just executing the watch well. So yeah, huge fan of the brand so far. Yeah, we'll see what they come out with next. I know they've got some other watches in their lineup that are sold out, but I don't think they've ever released those ones. They're just upcoming. And I'm really looking forward to what they're going to put out in the future. They've already been engaging with the Chinese watches subreddit. And so, yeah, that's a good sign. But yeah, I do really, really like the watch. I think you guys will too. It's kind of an incredible value when you think about it. So yeah, I think that's it for me. Go get one of these things. I'll leave a link down in the video description. But yeah, I think that's it for me. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.